Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Welcome to another session of HR Diaries. What are we going to talk about today? I'd like to talk about learning and unlearning. It sounds very casual. It sounds like it's something that we would talk about every day. But I hope it were that simple. There was once a time, if you read stories, they would start with the phrase "once upon a time." Corporate stories, on the other hand, would start with something like in a fast paced environment of such and such and so on. Um, Nowadays, most corporate stories start with before the pandemic, pre pandemic, pre COVID, pre lockdown, and obviously during the pandemic, recession, unemployment, and so on. Things have changed. And I think one thing that we can always count on is the fact that change is constant. Change is all around us and it will keep on happening. Um, Rather, if anything else, change is, I think, what keeps us going, not only as a race, but pretty much everything on the planet. Things change, some for the good, some for the bad, but in the long run, I think things turn out to be for the better. Now, if we were to look at that in terms of change, what's the real thing that's happening? I think Darwin was the one who said that, in terms of evolution and the successes of evolution, it is those species which would, it will not be the strongest or the fastest or the smartest species which would survive. It would be the ones which are most adaptable to change. And I think truer words have not been spoken. Change is inevitable. So, what am I talking about here? I'm talking about the fact that I might sit here today with, let's say, 17 years of experience in my profession, but that does not mean I know everything. What it means is that I know something, but then there are things that I know which can definitely be now changed, upgraded. uh, so the concept of unlearning, which sometimes is called, like, there's a person or a activity which is in a frozen state, and then the first step in order to bring about change would be to thaw it. Usually, the word unfreeze or melt is not used because that seems a little aggressive. So you would thaw it out slowly. See, when people are aligned in one manner, for instance, a solid, abrupt change would bring around, a lot of uncertain variables. We're talking about humans here, so the tangents that are possible that people could take a lot are a lot. So when we keep that in mind, we would start off slow. We start off slow. We start changing people's mindsets by influencing them, showing them other things which are possible. So the first step would be to thaw, and then to train or mold, and then to refreeze, to bring them into a new state of a mold. Now this paradigm has now shifted into something which is like, you know something. First you need to unlearn it, and then you need to learn the new thing, and then you practice that, and then you sort of repeat the cycle again and again. So nowadays, as opposed to successful in the classroom trainings of once upon a time, now you've got these micro learning environments. Go online and just do Google search, or go to things like websites like udemy.com, lynda.com, Khan Academy, and there are numerous others. You go to YouTube and you can pretty much find anything. I mean, for example, I'm doing a lot of stats on SPSS and Max QDA, and literally, when I go on YouTube and I search for anything that I want to do, whether it be regression analysis, whether it be advanced correlations, or it be fixing some model into a macro process, whatever it is, I'm able to find something on YouTube, a video which is perhaps not as detailed as the other video, but when you watch 2 or 3 videos, you pretty much get an idea of what to do. And I've managed to work along that path using YouTube. Then I've taken up some courses on Udemy. So now, by practically doing these, I'm telling you, this micro learning environment is the future. That's what it is. You don't even have to spend too much money on it. I mean, I would figure, yes, there are certain niche learnings even today which are costly because of the fact that they are scarce or they're very new, and there are perhaps very limited number of people with that knowledge. But as you move on, all of that is going to start becoming public domain in one way or another. So for what we have right now, an excellent opportunity is to go online and use these micro learning platforms uh, to learn for ourselves. I do that because I feel, yes, after a certain number of years, you need to acquire new skills, you need to learn new things. So that I think is mandatory. Um, I wrote a blog article today, and I call it Post-Pandemic Learning Initiatives. Um, I think you should definitely go and read that, and would love to hear your comments on it. So just go to the blog that I write and maintain at hrdiaries.com, and feel free to skim through the articles, read them, share your opinion. I love open discussions. Um, Now, towards the conclusion of today's video, I would also say that if you have any questions regarding your career, career move, career development, or just general questions regarding policies or the legal framework, in Pakistan, so just drop me an email or drop me a message on my website, and I would love to get back to you, which could also help me in formulating topics in the near future. So thank you very much, and do tune in a couple of days for another video. I'll try to have one by early next week. I'm just trying to figure out the topic that's best for it. So I'll see you then, and do visit the blog, share your comments, and as for the channel on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe for those who haven't, and those who are watching, do subscribe again. So I think that's about it. Also, we're sponsoring Samaji Fasla. It's a YouTube channel. Also, their online presence is at samajifasla.com, spelled exactly like that. So samajifasla.com and Samaji Fasla on YouTube, and they've got very interesting videos on social concerns and things. So I think it's definitely worth your while to go and watch that. I'm pretty sure it'll be more entertaining than what you get to see on HR Diaries. But we're sponsoring it, so would love to hear your feedback on that too. And I'll provide the link, in the description below in my video. So thank you guys, and I shall see you guys very soon in the next video.